Um, mm. Cuidamiento soy ahí más allá. Solo lo mismo se formando ser. Ay, aló. Kili mundo se mamba ahí. Monje sayama. Solo lo mismo se apoya. Mongo se. Jagare. Kili le mande. Chizamango. Mindo se. Uju. Biskaya. Welcome to the second edition of Africa, My Africa, Afrique, Mon Afrique, where I give tips on how to make your travel to Africa more beneficial for you and for Africa as well. I'm also doing the other side of it, talking to Africans on how to perceive the best way to make the most out of these encounters of African Americans, expatriated Africans, Jamaicans, anyone of African descent returning to the motherland. Um, the motherland needs us all for her development. So tip number one, before going to any country, it is always wise to follow religiously the news about that place. The rationale is that you do not want to end up in a place that seems all fine, and then the next day you wake up to a coup d'etat or huge riot or worse. Tip number two, get a serious contact person in that place. And I don't mean people you meet on social media. If that is the case, then really investigate that person before vesting trust in them. Most people's profiles are inflated beyond belief. So please be sure of that. If at all possible, reach out for other people from your country who have been there successfully or have settled down there successfully. Okay, if you're an American, you want to meet other Americans who are living there or who have gone there and returned and have good things to say. Also, meet those who had terrible experiences, just so you can have a balanced view. Okay, if at all possible, read up on the country. It's always possible. Read up on the country, its customs, its administration, and especially how they are on human rights. Many places, if you're getting arrested, the police don't feel the need to tell you why they're arresting you. You wouldn't know, and you'll be sitting in limbo until a judge tells you, or however. The next tip is one of the most important. I can never overemphasize this. And I'm begging you to please, oh please, make contact with your own country's embassy and or consulate and inform them of your intention to go to that country and ask if they have any advice for you. Are there places of the country you should keep away from? Or whatever the case may be. Okay? Even if you do not like your country's government, keep in mind that when you get in trouble overseas, if and when you do, they will be your best allies. Number four, it's always wise to get an idea of what people from that country think and believe about your country and its people. For example, in Africa, most people think that all Americans are rich and all of us living in America are somehow rich. If they see you as a rich person, then they have no hesitation in ripping you off because they think you can afford it. All right? Never, ever whip out a wad of cash in front of anyone, especially your guide or your contact person. Always separate your money when going to purchase something. You can do this by getting a general idea of what that item costs and have a little stash somewhere else in case you need to pay more that you can add to it. If you have to get more money out of your stash, move away from all prying eyes and get what you need to add to what's needed. Okay? Number five, in Africa especially, in every community there are leaders the power brokers, the council of elders, tribal chief, whatever it may be. They may not be called tribal chief today or whatever, but I would go and meet those people, because you must be more careful, more watchful, more leery of government officials, civil servants, and the slick city dwellers. That's where most of the crookery and the corruption happens. But the villagers, usually every family knows every family, everyone else. Their reputation matters to them, the reputation of their community or their town. And if you went to them and say, I need somebody trustworthy to assist me in my errands, I need a guide, they will most likely appoint somebody that's more trustworthy. But beware of any guide who keep recommending that you give bribe here, give money there, left and right. Because if that is the case, is that the way people there operate? And if that continues, say something about it. That you can't afford to do that. Okay. This is a bit more personal. If I were an African American going to Africa with the sincere intent of discovering my roots, or where, find a place, a new home, I would say so to the council of elders and say, my ancestors were stolen from here. Had they not been, I probably would have been born here. So I'm one of you, and think of me as your lost son returning home. I need your help in helping me to be successful here in settling down. If I am, not only I benefit, but the community benefits. So I would like to learn from you, to learn about how things are done here. And when I know enough, I may have things to contribute that can make this great system even better. So please, I'm yours. And that's the kind of talk that would get the elders to take you seriously. Say, wow, this is amazing. Sure. And they will see to it that they need to understand that if you succeed in settling down, creating a business, that business contributes to Africa. When foreigners like the Chinese or the corporations of Western countries come in, they come in to drain, to take home. They come in with 100 grand, they invest, they get out 400 or 500, 3-4 times more than what they gave supposedly as aid to Africa. But in fact, those countries are being aided much more by Africa. And so that all that money goes outside of Africa. But when we come to settle down, we're coming to help build and construct the land and the continent. And the people there should have an open heart and welcome us with open arms. That's the other segment of this program that I do. One addresses the expats, the other addresses Africans at home. In the meantime, have a blessed week, blessed day, and let's say goodbye to us again. I am Jamal, by the way. Very good.